This is the Omega High Brush 146745. So this is a synthetic brush that is made by Omega. Omega is an Italian company, and I have a lot of their other brushes, a lot of their boar hair brushes that I really like a lot. As you can see, this is a synthetic brush by them, and it's also made in Italy, if you can see this right on here. Anyway, so I decided to get this one because I've never tried a synthetic brush before, and I wanted to give it a shot and compare it to some other brushes I have, specifically my boar brushes from Omega, because I really like these a lot. So I decided on this one because it is roughly the exact same specifications as this one, same handle and everything. So anyway, right when I got this brush, it is just a very, very beautiful brush. This is a pure white handle. It has this chrome band around here, and the actual bristles are dyed to look like silver tip badger hairs, and it's just absolutely beautiful. I really like this. As soon as I got it, I was very impressed with the overall appearance of this. When I got it out of the package, the bristles are so soft. I really can't believe how soft they are. These are as soft, if not softer, than the silver tip badger hair bristles from some of my badger hair brushes. It's really incredible. Upon touching it though, I don't know how well you can see this up close, the bristles, obviously they're synthetic, and they feel just a little bit synthetic. They just feel different. The motion on the brush, if you I don't know if you guys can appreciate this, but it's kind of like when I knock it, it just kind of vibrates back and forth. It's just kind of an interesting property that I noticed that the bristles have. They just have different motion. But anyway, it's a pretty stiff brush too. It's got nice backbone when I'm trying to bend it over here. It's got nice resistance here, and I like a brush with a good backbone, so I really like that a lot. Feels good, very soft. I'm overall very impressed. You know, this was $21. It's a very beautiful brush, very, very nice. Nice construction, overall great appearance. So now let's take us into the bathroom. It's lathered up. We're going to do a bowl lather and a face lather with it and see how it works. So this is going to be a quick bowl lather and face lather with this brush. But before we get started with those, there are a few other things I want to mention about this brush. Since this is a synthetic brush, it did not have the typical funk that a new brush comes with. You know, if you get a new badger or boar hair brush, it kind of has that like animal smell to it, kind of like a wet dog smell, and this did not have it because it is a synthetic brush. Pretty obvious, but I just still wanted to mention that. And in terms of break-in period for a synthetic brush, you know, logically I also wouldn't think that this would have a break-in period because this should be optimized by the time you get it. But I have noticed a break-in period. Now, subsequent lathers after my first lather with this brush have been better. I've lathered it up a few times off camera just to kind of see how it performs and to, you know, get used to this brush before I do this review. Excuse me. Anyway, you know, I have seen that after the first lather wasn't that great with this brush, but subsequent lathers have been significantly better. So do expect a small break-in period with this brush. So with this bowl lather and face lather right now, I'm going to be looking at a few different things. First of all is how easy this brush is to load up, how easy it lathers. I want to be seeing if it maintains its softness and its backbone while I'm using this. Alright, so we're going to get zoomed in here and do the bowl lather first. I soaked this in hot water, so it does have some hydration in here and is ready to go. For my bowl lather today, I'm going to be using Cella and my Captain's Choice lathering bowl. So in terms of holding water, this brush, it definitely lets go of its water a little bit easier than the animal hair brushes I've noticed, which is really nice because it's quick to dry, but you know, you definitely need to keep some more water in there to keep the same amount that you're used to using with a badger or boar hair brush. Alright, I'm going to go ahead, this is dry, the Cella here, I'm going to load it up. Alright, no problem loading that up. I think there's enough in there. I'm going to add a little bit more actually. Alright, great. Now I'm going to go into bowl lather here. This is a little bit of a wet sud I have on my brush here, so I'm going to keep this bowl dry. Very nice. Wow, okay, this had no problem whatsoever whipping up this bowl lather. If you see here, it's a very nice, dense lather that I have here, peaky. This is really beautiful. Loads of lather here in my bowl. This is very good. I'm very impressed with this. This is an absolutely excellent lather. Very nice. And the brush looks like it's absolutely full of the lather too. Yeah, it definitely holds on to that nicely. Alright, beautiful. Peaky. Really great. I think that's exactly what anyone would be looking for. Alright, let's do a face lather. So that was a very nice bowl lather, and I'm going to go into a face lather. And like I mentioned, I did just get out of the shower, so my facial hair is hydrated. I'm not going to be shaving today, but it's nice and hydrated, so this will replicate my normal shaving conditions, aside from the extra facial hair that I normally don't have. This is like about a week's worth of growth. Anyway, I've got the brush here. I'm going to be using, this is the Synergy Gondolier. And I'm just going to knock out a little bit of the extra water. This is a dry puck. I'm going to load it up. And with the bowl lather, it was very easy to load up, very easy to lather. And I felt like the stiffness of the brush was very nice. As you can see, a nice stiffness here. Gives good resistance. And the softness was very nice. So I'm expecting similar results here with the face lather. Load it up. I know Synergy, is easy to load, so yeah, so there's no problems here loading up. It just does look a little bit different. The bristles kind of clump together differently than boar or badger hair brushes. Yeah, there's loads of soap in here, but they're just kind of a different type of clumping. Just so you guys are warned. Add in a little bit of extra water here. I'm going to a face lather. Very nice. This lather is already nice and thick. Very beautiful lather. Nice backbone here. I can definitely work it into my face, no problem. One thing I've noticed is don't work the lather with the brush out this far. The bristles just kind of have that weird movement that animal hair brushes don't have. You need to press in a little bit. And once you press in, it moves a lot better on your skin and moves around. So backbone's nice, very soft, no problem. Lathering up. I think that's a lather anyone would be happy with. Let's see what's here in the brush. Also great lather left behind. Very, very nice. So one other point about this brush is because it's a synthetic brush, it doesn't hold on to hair. It doesn't actually absorb, it doesn't absorb water or hold on to the water as tightly. So I did shave with this a few times ahead, and in subsequent passes there sometimes wasn't enough lather left in the brush. I had to reload on the soap. It's because it doesn't, I don't know why, it just is very quick to get rid of the lather that it has in the brush. It even dries quickly, so that is a very big plus of synthetic brushes. If you travel a lot, and I sometimes find myself on the road shaving in the morning. I'm gonna get some of this lather off my face. I'm gonna get it cleaned up actually. So like I was saying, one thing really nice about synthetic brushes is that they don't actually hold on to the water. Boar hair bristles actually absorb water, and badger hair do to a lesser extent, but they're a lot thinner hairs on a badger hair brush, and so it just holds water deep there in the knot. With a nylon brush or a synthetic brush, once it's wet, so here it's wet, I kind of wring it out a few times here in my shower. And then this thing is dry. It's unbelievable. I can't believe how dry it is. I mean, I almost can't even feel any wetness in here whatsoever. There's like nothing left behind. So this is really good for people who are traveling. If you don't want to put a wet shaving brush in like your little travel kit, just sometimes, I find myself in that situation, shaving in the morning, have a wet shaving brush, and I put it in my travel kit. I'm kind of like, I don't want this like mildew or have any problems. Not that I've had that problem, but just something that I've been concerned about in the past. This would be absolutely fantastic for travel. And if you're looking for a brush that doesn't use animal hairs, because there are some questionable practices, about actually harvesting the animal hair for shaving brushes. Anyway, I won't get into that here. But this is an absolutely great alternative to that. I think it's easy to load up shaving soaps and creams with this. I think it's easy to lather. I think it has very nice softness. It's an incredibly soft brush, and it has really nice backbone, so it's really good for face lathering or whipping up a really nice bowl lather. Like I said, the only downside I've been able to really tell at this point, I've used this only a number of times, I'll use this in future videos and let you know if any of these opinions change, but it's it doesn't absorb water, so it's very quick to give up that lather. So if I'm doing like a third, fourth pass, sometimes I've found myself in a situation where there's just nothing left in the brush. I'll have to reload some more soap into the brush itself. It's really not that big of a deal, just something that I've noticed. So right now I've just been kind of knocking this back and forth in my hands. This thing is dry. Look at this. Absolutely dry, ready to go, which is pretty cool. I like that a lot. This is definitely something that I'm going to be taking on the road. I think it's just an absolutely great travel brush. And I like this a lot. I'm going to be using this in upcoming videos so we can see over time how it performs, but I really like this. I don't think that this is very far ahead of a badger or boar hair brush. I don't think it's like rush out and get one of these, it's going to be the best brush of your life. I do think that this serves in specific situations. If you're looking for a non-animal or a travel brush, I think that this could definitely be a great option for you. I don't think that this is something that everyone needs. I'm really happy with the brushes I do have, and I think that they perform just as well, if not better, than this brush. But nonetheless, it's a very beautiful brush. I'm happy to have it. Keep it around and be using it, and let you know how it goes. Let me know if you use a synthetic brush, what type of synthetic brush. There's lots out there. Mula makes them, Edwin Jagger, Menu. There's a few producers of synthetic brushes, so let me know if you have a synthetic brush, if you like it, if you don't, what you like about it, or what you don't like about it. I'm really interested to hear people's opinions. Anyway, thanks for watching, and more videos to come.